Hey guys, so it's time to do my iPhone 4S versus my iPhone 5 video. So it's time to go ahead and do this. And I was actually going to do this video earlier, but it just didn't happen because I smashed my iPhone 4S before the iPhone 5 kind of came out. So that's the reason why. So it's time to go ahead and do this right now. So let's go ahead and start off by a visual first look. Of course, the first thing that you will notice about the iPhone 5 is that it has a bigger display and also a little higher resolution, 1136 times 640, 1136 versus 640 times 960, 3.5-inch iPhone 4. iPhone 4S, I mean, of course, versus an iPhone 5, which is 4-inch now. So if we go, if we, do say the first thing over here, if you look at the visual changes over here, the thing that you will notice first of all is that it is slightly thinner, the new iPhone 5. But here on the side, also on the right side, we can see that we still have that micro SIM, but now with the iPhone 5 it is now nano SIM cards you need instead of this micro SIM. But you can cut that down if you have a micro SIM, or just if you have a normal SIM, you can cut that down. It shouldn't be any real big issue. If you go ahead and look here at the bottom of the device, we can see one very big thing here, and that is that it has a little bit new design change. You can see that now instead of this big one to charge and stuff like that, you get a smaller one that also works both directions. You can also see that the headphone jack now is at the bottom, and you can also see that you have the microphone over here kind of, and then the speaker over here, microphone like over here, and then the speaker. So it's a little small design change over there. And also now if you go ahead and go to the other side, you can see this still has the same buttons, and there's really no big difference there. Maybe that this orientation or this mute button is a little bit thinner. Also now when we go to the top, you can see that there is really no big difference. And of course the big difference over here when we go to the back of the device is of course that with the iPhone 5 you no longer have a full glass back. So you get this kind of like metal in here in the middle, and then you get a glass piece down here at the bottom and a glass piece here at the top. Now I've also heard that the camera sensor has some kind of protection over here that's better than the one that is available on the iPhone 4S, so it should be harder to scratch, so that's very good if you would scratch the back of the device. Also, when we have the iPhone 4S over here, you can of course see that it has a full glass back that is known from a lot of people to shatter very easily. But that may now be changed with this boy over here. As you see over here, this is how it could look like if you aren't careful with the back. Now, and also of course it's very easy to see scratches on this one. So that's something that you might want to know over there. But the kind of feeling of the device, I actually think that the iPhone 4S still feels a little better. Only one clean surface over here. So I'm really not sure if I like the iPhone 5 over here, that these made this also in the middle, not on the full back. I'm really not sure if I like it. But definitely should be better for scratches and stuff like that. So that's of course very good. Now let's go ahead and start talking about specs, and we can also talk. I talked a little bit about this here in the beginning. You can also see that the home button is a little bit changed. It's not as much white now anymore on the iPhone 5. Over here down at the home button is still round though. But one very interesting thing over here. Also, you can see when we go here, you can see that the camera now is located at the top, while it's located on the side on the iPhone 4S. Something that you also might have seen here, while they still have the same kind of display, they have a little bit different resolutions, these two. But you can also see that the color saturation is a lot warmer on the iPhone 5. So when we go ahead and go here to page here, you can see that colors are warmer. Green is a little bit more green on the iPhone 5 than the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 4. You can see here on the iTunes the kind of pink logo. You can see that it's a lot more pink than on the iPhone 4S. Also, if we just go ahead and look at some pictures, also we can see here in the lock screen, you can see here that definitely you can see that green is a lot more greener over here, and this one looks kind of washed out. And this is something that I've been complaining about Apple, that their screens looks a little bit washed out against Samsung's AMOLED displays. So it's going to be kind of fun to compare the AMOLED displays, warmer color saturation, because as you see, you can really see here that it really looks washed out here on the iPhone 4S compared to the iPhone 5, and I think most people prefer the new iPhone 5's warmer colors over here. And both are of course turned on the same kind of screen brightness on full over here. Also, if we go ahead and check out this more a little bit with some other pictures, if you go to brightness and wallpaper and go to wallpaper over here, you can probably see it already here that it looks warmer. And this is something that you will see more and more when you use the device than just looking at the video. So as you can see over here, maybe not as easy to see here because the colors are already there, kind of warm. But you can definitely see it on the pink one here as well, that it's a lot warmer here on the Apple iPhone 5. Let's try out blue. Blue wasn't actually, you don't actually see it very, very easy here with the blue color. I'm really not sure why. If you go ahead and try this one, you can also see it a little bit warmer colors, which is going to be probably a little bit more cool when you're watching videos and movies and stuff like that on your device if you do it. If you go ahead and go up here, let's try out the beach, and you can also see it a little bit. Let's see here, set on the home screen or lock screen, I mean. Here wasn't actually big of difference. And mostly pictures with a lot of colors, you will see a massive difference over there. So something that you definitely might want to go ahead and check out. Now, if let's go ahead and change my background over here pretty quick. Let's go to wallpaper. Let's go ahead and try this one bluish. Let's go ahead and set them both on the home screen. Now, if you go ahead and continue over here, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about some spec changes, some of the big spec changes that you will see and feel when you use these two devices. Now, the first thing is that the iPhone 4S doesn't have, or the iPhone 4S is a lot heavier than the iPhone 5. Even though the iPhone 5 is it looks bigger and all those things, the iPhone 4S still is heavier, 140 grams. Versus 112 grams on the iPhone 5. This is something that a lot of people will notice, and iPhones have been kind of famous for having that kind of nice quality feel that people have been calling it, and people are still calling it like that has a nice quality feel. And I gotta say, the materials, yes, but I think that the iPhone 5 lost a little bit of that quality feel here with the back, and also that it's not as heavy, it doesn't feel as exclusive, me personally, than what the iPhone 4 and the 4S did. I really like this kind of heavy feeling over here, but it's not as heavy and it's not has that cool exclusive material feeling here with the iPhone 5. So something that is a little bit disappointing there. If you go ahead and continue down, of course, as I said, the screen, except that it's warmer, it is better. It is also a little bit higher, 640 times 1136. So I mean, they still have kind of the same PPI because the screen became a little taller here on the iPhone 5. So there's no real big difference there. One also very nice thing here is that now with the iPhone 5 you get 1 GB of RAM instead of just 512 megabytes of RAM that you got on the iPhone 4S. So definitely something that people will enjoy, especially those people that use a lot of apps. You will probably notice the difference if you're extreme power user and you don't close down apps, and if you felt that your iPhone 4S is getting a little bit slow sometimes, this should definitely go ahead and improve it. Now, of course, this is dual-core smartphones as well. 1.2 gigahertz dual-core here on the iPhone 5 versus 1 gigahertz dual-core on the iPhone 4S. So in terms of opening apps and web browsing and stuff like that, you won't really see a difference. The biggest difference is probably going to be in gaming, in heavy games like Infinity Blade 2, real racing too in those console games, then you will probably feel a little bit of difference sometimes that the game developers can have a little bit of higher graphics and things like that. So that's of course something that is very, very nice. But in terms of like normal usage, you won't really see a big difference. And that's just because the processor, it's still the same kind of processor. They haven't changed it that much. So something that you might want to know. The GPU also should be a triple core GPU now compared to dual core GPU. So it's like SGX 543 MP3 instead of MP2 on the iPhone 4S. So that's also something that could be kind of nice if you like gaming, a lot of that. It should provide a better experience, and also like higher graphics should be available on the iPhone 5 and a little bit less lag, even though usually you don't get that much lag with an iPhone. So let's go ahead and start off by doing some speed testing. So let's go ahead and try out with Siri first, and I'm just going to go ahead and check out so I don't have any apps loaded in the background. So let's go ahead and open up Siri. Open Safari. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the 4S was quicker there. Let's go ahead and try that again, shall we? Let's go ahead and... what is 2 plus 2?
This might answer your question.
Okay, interesting. The iPhone 4S won again. Who is Steve Jobs?
Thanks for asking about Steve. Here's Apple's webpage about him.
Okay, kind of the same there. Define cat.
Looking. Here's what I found.
Okay, there we go. The iPhone 5 was a little bit quicker there finally. Who are you?
I am Siri. I'm Siri.
So I gotta say that
about me.
It doesn't really seem like it's a major difference. Sometimes I get the iPhone 4S to win here. Sometimes I get the iPhone 5. But in the whole, it doesn't really seem to be a big difference there with Siri. If you go ahead and try out some app loading over here, let's go ahead and fire up the App Store. There we go. And let's go ahead and go to featured. There we go. You can see the iPhone 5 seems to be a little bit quicker over here. Yeah, definitely a little bit quicker there, loading pictures and stuff. Let's go to the top charts section, and let's go ahead and fire up YouTube. Let's go ahead and it's not updated. Okay, let's go ahead and update it to the latest version. So it will be a fire review when we go ahead and open up YouTube. So it's installing over here. There we go, it's updating YouTube. So let's go ahead and open up YouTube, and we should also have the same kind of apps. Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and fire up YouTube, and let's load a little bit of video. Okay, let's go ahead and load some video. Let's go ahead and search for one of my videos. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. And also, of course, I find it a little bit harder. I definitely do appreciate the little bigger screen here on the iPhone 5, even though I would like a lot bigger. Like the Galaxy Note or something, or at least like the Galaxy S3. So here we have one of my videos over here. Let's go ahead and fire it up. And it seems like the 5 there was a little bit quicker. There we go again. It loads the video way quicker. They're both connected to my Wi-Fi home network. Definitely in terms of video loading, it seems like you will see a difference there. And a good change, of course. So it's winning here every single time. And sometimes not by extremely much. Sometimes it's the same, but you will see a difference there definitely. You can also see that we can see more details about the video with the bigger screen, and of course that is extremely nice. So let's go ahead and continue down here to some Safari. So let's go ahead and open up Safari. Open Safari. There we go. Let's go ahead and go to my favorites. Let's go ahead and fire up GSM Arena, which is an amazing website, by the way. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so, oh my god, I hate when that happens. Of course, I want to go to the desktop version. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in here. Let's go to an article. A Galaxy S3 mini review, maybe. The 4S finished up quicker there. So is it really worth it buying the iPhone 5 to just be a little bit quicker sometimes? Okay, there we go. It was a little bit quicker here, at least loading a Galaxy S3 mini, which is available right now. We have a few more extra tabs in here. Let's go ahead and fire up. Let's go ahead and fire up Phone Arena. And the iPhone 5 finishes, I think, yeah, kind of same. Don't really notice that of a big difference here in loading. Same again. And of course, when we zoom in over here, you get, they're both loading quick. I mean, like, it's kind of impossible to see which one is quicker to load. And they're showing kind of the same amount of text. Let's go ahead and try out a little bit more of a heavy page. Let's try out The Verge. And let's go ahead and go down. You can see the iPhone 5 finished there first. Full site, there we go, at the bottom. And they're both loading. Okay, so you can definitely see a difference there when we're loading a lot of stuff. That the iPhone 5 is quicker. So, of course, when you load, small stuff, not as heavy pages, you probably won't really see a big difference. But once you start to load heavy stuff, as you can see over here, it was way quicker at loading. There we go. Once you load pages like The Verge, you will probably see a difference most of the time. So that's of course something that is very nice. Now let's go ahead and do some quick speed testing over here as well. So see here, speed test. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we have the same kind of server. There we go. Let's go ahead and do some quick testing. $30 milliseconds, a little bit quicker there on the iPhone 5 both in downloading and seems like uploading as well. Let's see over here. Yeah, a little bit quicker on both downloading and still trying to upload it there. And it seems like the iPhone 4S got stuck. Never really understood that thing, you know. So it doesn't seem like you can't close the test, which kind of sucks, because then I have to reopen the app because I want to try it one more time. And maybe it's not as good to run these at the same time, of course. But it seems like still that the iPhone 5 is taking it's better. Let's go ahead and do it one more final time over here. It's got stuck again, so of course the iPhone 5 definitely is like better in terms of speed over here. The download is almost 10 more megabits over here, and the upload is almost seems to be a few more megabytes at least. So that is definitely something that is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and check out. The camera. So let's go ahead and take up another iPhone over here, and let's go ahead and quickly check out the camera app to see if there is any like major difference. So as we can see over here, you can see that the button is a little bit more, that the UI is a little bit more optimized for the iPhone 5. You can see that you have a big round button instead of like a small button down there. But we'll go ahead and see here, when we look here in the settings, we can see that we have options. I mean, both are running iOS 6, both are of course available with that. So you have the same kind of settings in here. And let's see if both take pictures in the same kind of speed. Okay, so you can make like an auto burst, but not extremely quick. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Okay, it seems to be a little bit quicker here on the iPhone 5 when you're doing things like that. So of course something that is useful over there, that it takes pictures in like some kind of burst mode that is a little bit quicker than the iPhone 4S, even though the iPhone 4S still can do cool things like that. Let's go ahead and also try to open up an app in here. Let's go ahead and see if we can find Angry Birds. Let's go ahead and quickly launch that. And you can see that it finished up quicker here on the iPhone 5. And as you see, a problem with the iPhone 5 right now is that a lot of apps ain't optimized for the iPhone 5. So as you see, I'm playing the latest version almost of Angry Birds. Maybe there's a new version out and maybe they'll optimize it. We'll see later. But you can see that it's like I can just play this game on an iPhone 4S because it doesn't take advantage of the full screen. But now I have the black version here, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it doesn't use the whole kind of screen, which is annoying. Can't they stretch out the apps? Is it really that hard? I'm really not sure. But it's like playing this game on a 4S now, so it's like the same kind of experience. So yeah, this is just a quick little video comparing these two smartphones. I hope you do enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy this video, please give it a like down below, and you just have an awesome day now, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next video. Yes, peace out.